my name is Polly and this is my very first vlog. I run a very small crochet business called Oddball Studio and I've decided to start vlogging what I'm making because I want to start doing some markets in the area. In January, me and my daughter decided we want to start doing markets, which is a very long time ago, because she makes little beaded bracelets and I crochet. So she wanted to start selling her little beaded bracelets and she's like, oh, like, can I put them on Etsy? Can I, set up a stall at the front of the house or something like that? And the Etsy thing, like, I would have let her, but the Etsy fees are so expensive, and for what she would have been selling a bracelet at, like, it's literally not worth it. So I said to her, oh, I said, maybe we can do a little market together and you can sell your bracelets and you like little beaded key charms and phone charms and stuff, and maybe I can crochet, because at the time I was making crochet tissue boxes for my little business and people were really loving them, especially at work, and that, like, everyone was like, oh, I want one. So I ended up thinking, well, we'll do a market. So it's been so long in the making, and what's that now, like 6 months since we've decided we wanted to do a market. So in the last month I said to her, we need to start ramping this up and actually getting motivated to do this, or we're never going to do this stinking market. I started crocheting a lot more. I have done my tissue boxes. I also punch needle. I had some coasters done and some keychains. And I decided to start also doing some plushies as well, but different sort of plushies to everyone else, because I feel like at a market, it's such a, like, I feel like there's a lot of crocheters that go to the markets and they all seem to do that same stuff, like, the leggy froggies, the chicks, the ducks, all that sort of stuff, and that's just not, like, I'm not really passionate about that sort of stuff. I like different goofy kind of things, derpy looking characters. So I've decided to start doing some plushes as well, because I feel like they just make up nice and quick, and the acrylic stuff that I was doing just works up so slowly, and I feel like you can't sell it for a price that people are going to want to pay with getting, like, all your work costs back, because it takes a long time and no one's going to want to pay like $100 for something that is small and doesn't look like there's a lot of effort in it, even though there is. So I've decided to start making plushies as well, but a little bit different to what everyone else is doing, just because I think if everyone's selling the same stuff, what is going to make them want to buy my stuff? You know what I mean? Instead of that other person's. So I don't even know if they're going to want to buy my stuff, whether they want quirky stuff, but that's my brand and that's the way, I'm happy to sell things. I don't just want to sell generic, oversaturated crochet stuff. I think we're definitely going to do the August barrel market. I did want to do the July one, but I've been put on night shift. I'm a registered nurse. I also work full time. So this has been very hard to get the stock together for this market as well. Like, I've been crocheting like crazy on all my spare time off work, and sometimes I'm just so tired from getting home. I work in the emergency department, so sometimes I get home, I'm so exhausted, I don't even want to do anything. I just want to sit there like a lump and just doom scroll on my phone. I've been very good of late and been crocheting in all my spare time. I can't do the July barrel market, but I may be able to do one of the other ones in the area, because I'm not going to do a market off a night shift. I'm just going to be way too grumpy, way too tired. So there is an Exeter market, there's a Mittagong one and a Berrima one. I think also Picton does one. So I might have a look at my other weekends in the month of July and maybe book in one of them, because I just really want to burst my bubble and do this first one. It's just been so long. I just want to just do it and just see how it goes. The reason I want to do the Barrel one is because I think it's got the most foot traffic, and Barrel is a very touristy area and a lot of tourists come around, and they'll be going to the market as well. So I feel like it's going to be a good one with a lot of different sorts of people that may want to buy my crochet stuff and be willing to pay for it as well. I'm definitely going to book in the August one, but they want you to have public liability first, which I'm going to get shortly. And they also wanted a photo of my setup, and I don't really have that setup done yet, and I don't have all of my products yet either. So I think what I might do is just chuck on the table what I do have, and just maybe if I can write a comment, there's going to be more crochet plushies added to this, and hopefully they approve it. So that's that. So I'll go through and I'll show you what I've already made. I definitely need a lot more stuff though, because I don't have enough of yet. I'll start with my tissue box covers, because they're what started my whole sort of crochet business. I have been crocheting for like 20 years, on and off, like not, you know, professionally or anything. Just sometimes I'll think, you know, I want to do something and with my hands, and I'll just pick up my crochet hooks. So these are my little crochet tissue boxes. They're quite derpy. The reason why I'm called Oddball Studio, because they're so odd. So the tissues actually come out of the nose. I've got the tissue box around the wrong way in this one. So I've just also have this on just to show you, because when the tissues aren't in there, it's a bit floppy. Tissues come out the nose. I've got quite a few different ones. So this one's got the monochrome eyes, and he's got a bit of a different nose. This is the nose that I was doing originally, but then I changed it to something better. I've got the little brown one. I've got a little blue one. And their little ears. And then I've got a little pink one. It's got the green eyes. I think this is the last one. The little creamy colored one with the blue eyes. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I feel like I have another one. I feel like I have more than 6. Oh, there's another one. And he's got that original nose that I don't really like. So he's got the green eyes, the red mouth. And then I also decided to make some cake, like, you know, the vintage cakes that are really popular now. I decided to make some cake tissue boxes. So these are all just free-handed. They're my own pattern, except for the strawberries on these I got from Twinkie Chan. I bought her pattern. She has a pattern, which I was struggling with at one point. And I thought, why am I struggling? So I had to message her. I felt so silly when I ended up working it out. So that's that one. This is my favorite cake one that I made. I don't really like this one, but I'm going to sell it anyway. Someone might want to buy it. So it's another little cake. And then I've got this one, which the cherries are kind of looking a bit sad because it's been hanging around for so long. But I do like this one as well. And I love this one too. This one's got little kiwis and strawberries, and it's like got the chocolate drip. And lastly, for the tissue box covers, I've got the pink icing drip with the cherries and the cream. I decided to do some punch needle coasters. So I'll show you these. So I feel like I don't know if I'm going to punch needle too much more, just because it takes so long, and I feel like people aren't going to want to pay what it's worth. Like, because it takes me so long to do each, you know, because with the punch needle, you're stubbing, and it takes so long to do these coasters that, like, no one's going to want to pay like $30-40 for a coaster, are they? Like, I wouldn't. So I feel like I can't sell these any more than $15-20 each for these mug rugs, coasters, whatever you want to call them. They are quite large. I don't know, they might want to pay $20, I guess, and that's what I'm going to sell them for. If they don't sell for that, then so be it. I'll give them away as presents. It keeps selling the things that do sell. But I've got the little blueberries. So I've got 4 of those. They are a set. So I'm thinking if like they buy the whole set, I'll probably like discount it. So like maybe $20 each, and then I don't know, maybe $60 for the set or something, you know, give them a good discount because they're buying the whole lot. And then I've got 4 potatoes, and they've all got the teeth. I love things with teeth. I don't know why. It's one of my weirdness things. And then I've got the cute little clouds. So I've got 4 of each of these. And then I've got the strawberries, goofy little strawberries. And so you can tell I love food items. And I've got the little broccolis, the happy little broccolis. So there's 4 of those. And then I decided to do some punch needle key rings. So a few of these I gave away for Christmas because I got really discouraged with the whole market thing there for a while, and just thought, no, I'm not going to do a market. It's in the too hard basket. It's costing me too much money to get everything together. Like, honestly, it's cost me so much money to get set up for my first market. I didn't think it would cost this much. I mean, I guess it doesn't have to cost this much. I have gone out and bought, you know, a table when I could have probably hired one for my first one to see how it went. I've bought all of the stuff for on top of the table, the fabric to make a tablecloth. I've bought the gazebo walls, and I'll tell you about that in a second. Oh my God, it was a big debacle. I've bought a lot of stuff. I even bought like, you know, the microphone for filming this, and so I didn't have to buy all that stuff, but it has cost me a lot so far to set up this market, which I don't think anyone actually ever discusses the costs of getting set up for your table and stuff like that, and even the public liability insurance, all that stuff. It all costs so much money. I made some little toasts, little toast guys. I've made 4 of those, and I did have 5, but I gave away 1 to my son's girlfriend for Christmas, which she absolutely loved, and she's using it on her keys, and she like sent me a little picture, and she was also proud of it, and she's like, I love this little guy. So that's those. I'm obsessed with Japan, so I've made like some little kind of Japanese foods. So I made these little what are they called? Prawn cutlets? I don't know, tempura prawns? Made some little prawn guys. They've all got little derpy faces. So I actually have 5 of those because I don't think I gave any of those away, even though I think they're my favorite. So that's those. And then I've got 4 little dango guys. I hope I'm saying that right. So I've got 4 of these little dangos, and they've got the cute little felted sleepy eyes and the little teeth felt mouths. I did give one of these away to my eldest daughter, which she had hanging in her car for a while. And I've got 2 hearts I gave away. I only had 4 of these, and I gave away 1 to my mum and 1 to my other son's girlfriend for Christmas. So that's those guys. I recently finished some little lemons because I'm obsessed with food crochet. So these ones have the little derpy sleepy eyes as well. So I've got 5 of those. And then recently I also made some kitty cats, some black cats, because I love black cats. I've got 5 of these. It's in the box, I think. I think I chucked it in the box somewhere. So it's these guys, and they actually take me quite a while, so I don't even know how I'm going to price these, because I sew on the little eyes and everything, and like punch needling all this, it just takes so long. I don't know if I'm just a long punch needle, like take a long time to do things, but it takes me so long, and I think I'm a bit of a perfectionist, which really annoys me a lot, because if I'm not happy with something, I will just rip it apart, and if it's not perfect, it's not getting sold or anything. So I've got 2 with white eyes, which the white eye one's missing, and then I did 3 with yellow eyes, and they've all got the same derpy sleepy eyes that I love. And then I decided to make some worms. I can't remember, I did buy this pattern. I will link it down below if I find the pattern. But I made some little worm guys. I think these are so cute, and they've all got removable little hoodies. And I don't know, these look like little arms, but I think they're supposed to be the strings for the hoodie, but I think it just makes them look so cute, like they've got little arms. So that's those, all the little hoodies come off, and they've actually got wire inside, so you can, like, you know, bend them around something if you want to put it, like, I don't know, on around your bed or whatever. So that's those guys. And then I was going to make, I have a pattern for a gummy worm pattern. I think it's a free pattern online. I'll try and link it down below also if I find the link. So I decided to make like a worm, and he's got like such a derpy little face, this one. I don't know, he's so weird looking. And I was going to make the different colored gummy worms. This one was just kind of like, I tested out the pattern just with this color. It's just from Spotlight. So I like to test things out with a cheap yarn before I go and use my expensive Premier Parfait yarn. Because I think I only paid like $3 or $4 for this skein at Spotlight. So if it doesn't work, I'm happy to waste the yarn, you know what I mean? So I made that guy, and I was planning on making, you know, like the gummy worms in the packets, like the lollies, because the pattern, that's actually what she's done, but I just haven't gotten around to it. And this works up so quickly, this pattern. I don't know why I haven't done it yet, but that's those guys, and I may end up making the others, but I'm not sure. So I've just got the one little worm. I bought this pattern a couple of weeks ago. It has 3 little like Halloweeny guys. So the little brainy, and I think I'm going to make a few more of these because they're so cute. And I do want to change the eyes. I want to make this white part with cotton, I think, because it just doesn't work with chenille. It just goes fluffy and lumpy and weird looking. So we've got the little Frankie and the little brainy guy. And the other one in the pattern is a little, I think it's a little Dracula. So he's grey and he's got the little black cape, but I haven't made him yet. I might still make him because I've got plenty of grey yarn there. And I might make a couple more of these because like they're so cute. Just little like pocket guys. And then because I love my food, I made up a broccoli pattern because I'm obsessed with broccoli. I don't know why. And I made little broccolis, and I made them a little bit different. So the first one I made was like, it had like a puff stitch, and I kind of got this idea off a YouTube tutorial for the puff stitch area because they were making a broccoli on there. out of crochet, and I don't know, it's a bit messy looking. So then I was trying to think of a way I could make it a bit neater. So I actually did the same puff stitch as you do for the arms, but used like five double crochets in the puff. And I think he looks a little bit neater. Like he just looks neater and better. I don't know. What do you think? I mean, broccolis aren't really that neat, are they? But I don't know. This one looks a bit gappy at the back too. But I'm still going to sell him. Like, he's still cute. But I think I prefer that one. And then I made some little potatoes because I'm also obsessed with potatoes. And I made these the other day at my daughter's athletics carnival. I was just crocheting in between because it was such a nice day, and I was sitting in the sun on a blanket, and in between her races and stuff, I just made some little potatoes. So I made these little potato guys, and this is just free-handed, just out of my own head. So there's those. And then I made some little, oh, I just found the other cat. I made some little frogs. One of them's jumped away, I think, because I can't find him. So anyway, I'll show you these two. So this was a little free pattern that I found on Instagram. I'll try and link it down below. But I think this little guy is so cute. He's just such a cute little frog. He's so tiny, like, just sits there on your hand like a little pocket frog. And I was going to make some little pin cushions from these, make a little lily pad, pop the frog on, and I was thinking of magnetizing it, like putting a magnet in it and then a magnet in the lily pad so you can take it on and off, but I didn't end up doing that. And then I was going to make some little red capped mushrooms to like put like 2 or 3 on the lily pad as well, so you can put your little pins in it, because I think making useful things, people are more likely to buy something useful. I don't know, are they? Like, I feel like I would, if I went to a market and there was something there that was useful that I could use. Like if there was a little pin cushion with frogs, I'd be like, oh my God, I need that. So I'm thinking of making a few more useful things, you know, because rather than just a plushie that can sit about. So I may still make these into little pin cushions. Otherwise, I'm either just going to keep them the way they are and just sell them as little pocket frogs, or turn them into keychains. So that's those. And talking about useful things, I was trying to also think about something useful, and I thought, oh, I was watching Sambrosis on YouTube, and she had a tooth pattern, like a big tooth plushie pattern that she's designed. So I bought that, and I thought, what can I do with this to make it useful? So I was thinking about like putting a little hole in him or something to put a like little tooth in, and I thought I can turn these into little tooth fairy buddies that kids can sit next to their bed, and when their teeth fall out, they can put their tooth in it for the tooth fairy to come and then leave the money. So I ended up thinking I can make them holding little pots. So I made the little tooth pattern, which is so cute, and I made just free-handed little arms and made these little free-handed pots, and I thought the kids can put their little teeth in the little pot and sit it next to the bed, and then the tooth fairy can come and take the little tooth and leave a little rolled up note in there, or just put some coins down below, because I don't think it's big enough to put coins in there. But I just thought that's such a cute idea. Like, I would have loved that for my kids, just sitting next to the bed and said, oh, go and, you know, put your tooth in your tooth fairy, buddy. And so I've made 3 of those, and this one's a little bit smaller because I used a spotlight yarn, and I don't know, it's weird. It kind of feels like a velvet, even though it was supposed to be chenille. And my other colors don't, they didn't feel or look like this. It was just the white. It was a bit strange. So so it's a bit smaller, that one, but the pot's still the same size. And that's the cream in the Premier Parfait, and that's the white in the thing. So I think I want to make another little white one, and I also made a blue one in the cream. So I've got those little tooth fairy buddies ready to whisk the kids' teeth away. I was trying to think of like different things to make that no one else is going to have at the market. And I came across Crocheted by Elle's Instagram. And I saw these adorable little goggle fish. And I tried everywhere looking for a pattern because I don't want to, like, you know, take anyone's thing. If I would prefer to buy a pattern, but she didn't have a pattern, and I really wanted to make these like so bad. Like, so I ended up designing my own goggle-eyed fish pattern, and these guys are so cute. They're so derpy looking and just goes so good with my Oddball Studio naming brand. So it's just these little fat fish. Oh, they're so cute. So I made that color and an orange one, like the little goldfish color. I used to be obsessed with gogglefish. I used to always want one, and my mum bought me one once and it died. They're so hard to look after. I was so upset, but they're such cute little fish, and this little variegated color. So I've got those three. And then I decided to make some key rings. So I actually made some crochet foods. Well, I guess the prawn's not really a food, it's a fish, but secretion? No, what's it called? Crustacean. Secretion. Oh no. So I made some little prawns. I guess this does turn into food eventually. And this was Twinkie Chan's free YouTube tutorial for the little prawny. And then me and my daughter made some little bead charms to go on the key rings as well. And they got like little bells and stuff. And then a second prawn one, and it's in a little bit of a different colorway. And then I made some little cakes. So I made some little like mini cakes, and I think this was a YouTube tutorial as well. Quite easy, just glued them together so I didn't have to worry about sewing and taking longer and then having to put the costs up. So my daughter helped me. She did this one. It's got cake written on it. Very cute. And this little one with the little orange slice. And this one here with the little strawberry and the beads. And lastly, a little blue one. I think they're really cute, and like I think they'll sell well, hopefully. Lastly, I have my little tulip guy, which I just freehanded this little guy, except for the head. I did get a free pattern for his head, but I don't know if I'm really happy with this guy, but I'm still going to pop him on the table. Someone might want him. You never know. Like, he might just pop out to someone and think, oh, I have to take him home. So I freehanded the body, and he's got little clothes, little pants and a t-shirt on, and I did a little felt mouth with some teeth, and he's got the little eyes there. I don't know. I wasn't very happy with him, but I think he's cute, I guess. But I did originally want to do like a tulip with like the 3 lumps, but it was just turning out way too big for the body. So I went on and found a free tutorial for a tulip head. And I may make quite a few more tulips. Being Barrel, when it's tulip time and I do a market, I'm going to make a whole heap of crochet tulips because I think they'll sell well, because everyone loves the tulips here, like in tulip time in Barrel. So I think next video I will show you my table setup. I do have it set up in the room, but it's not finished yet. I want to spray paint my shelves. I got some shelves in an IKEA trip recently that I want to spray paint for the table, and I still need to fix up my tablecloth and sew that, because I just bought a piece of fabric and I used to sew, like I have a sewing machine, so I thought I can just sew up my own tablecloth because I couldn't find one that I liked the colors of. And we might set up the gazebo so I'm not like getting to the market and then like, oh my God, like I don't know how to set this thing up. So I may set that up in the backyard and show you that. And oh, I was going to tell you about the gazebo. So I had an incident with the gazebo. I kept getting recommendations for an Australia gazebo, and all the reviews were all good and that, and then a pink one popped up, and silly old me wants the pink one because all my table setup is like pink and purple and green and yellow. So I thought, oh, pink one will look really nice. So it pops up $189. So I'm like, oh, that's okay for a gazebo, $189. So I went on and bought it. It turns up, it's in this tiny little box. I'm like, what the heck is this? Surely a gazebo can't be in there. So I opened it up and all it was the pink canopy. Do you know how angry I was? Because I thought, oh my God, like $189 and all I got was the canopy on the top. That's ridiculous. And all this is in AUD, mind you. I live in Australia. I ended up having to go back on the Australia website and buying a whole other 3-meter gazebo. They didn't have the pink top for the 2.4-meter gazebo, even though that's probably what I should have got, because the 3-meter is going to be massive and it's so heavy. I had to buy a whole gazebo. They didn't just sell the frame. I've now got a gazebo with a navy blue top. Anyone wants a navy blue top, yell out. I'll send it to you because I can't do anything with that. And then I thought, you know what? While I'm here, I might as well buy 3 sides, because if it gets windy or rainy, at least then I have the sides. So in the end, this gazebo cost me, I swear to God, like over $500. That is crazy. Like, this is why, it's, people don't tell you how much it's costing for them to set up these markets in the first place. I'm honestly going to have to do like 3 markets and make over $1,000 to make all my money back. And then I'll just be breaking even, and then I will start making money after that. It's a costly thing. Like, you just think, oh, I'm going to do a market. You don't think of all these extra added costs. Oh, I'll also show you too. Yeah, I got a banner made from Vistaprint. Now, I don't know whether I should have done this banner or whether I should have gotten one of those table like cloth hanger things with your logo, but I didn't really think at the time. I just thought, oh, I'm going to have a gazebo and then I'll put the banner up on the back of the gazebo, and I'm just only going to have 1 table because I'm not going to have enough stock for 2 tables or anything, I don't think. Ended up getting a banner, and now I kind of regret it and wish I had gotten one of those tablecloth things, because the barrel market has 2 options. It has one option that's $120 for the booth fee, which I think is quite expensive, but it does get a lot of foot traffic being a touristy area, and I know a lot of tourists will come there because it's at the Barrel School, which is kind of in the town. So all the tourists will probably come to that. But then I also read that they had another option, which is inside, and it's just a 6-foot table and it's $60. So I'm now thinking I don't even need the gazebo. But what I'm going to do is probably go and check out the market if I've got, it's on the 4th Saturday of the month. So I'm going to go check it out if I'm off this 4th Saturday, which I think, is it next weekend? I'm not sure. Maybe next weekend, I think. I'm going to go check it out and just see how much foot traffic that indoor area gets. And if it looks okay, I'm probably just going to apply for the table being $60, because I've only got 1 table. So it'd be silly to get a whole 3-meter area for $120 if I'm just selling one table. Back to the banner. So I got a banner made, and I'm so in love with this banner. I hope you guys can see it. I don't know, I may have to, yeah. So that's my logo and my little banner. I just think it's so cute. I am absolutely in love with it, and I think the quality turned out so well. I've just noticed there's a barcode on there. That's really strange. But yeah, I'm happy. I'm very happy with the banner and how it turned out. And it's all colourful and all my pastel-y stuff that I like. It was only I think it was like $35. I think that's really cheap. It's like outdoor vinyl. I was very happy with that cost. I don't think I have anything else to talk to you about on this vlog. I think we'll wrap it up. I just thought I'd come in and do my first vlog and get the ball rolling, because I've wanted to sort of do YouTube, and I need to get my socials sort of going as well. Like, I need to set up an Instagram page for my business. I need to set up a TikTok page. I'm not going to bother with Facebook. I feel like I don't even go on Facebook much anymore. And so then I'll have a few platforms to sort of sell. I do have an Etsy shop as well, but I don't have anything on that because I hate Etsy fees. Etsy fees are just a killer. And that's like why I told my daughter in the first place, she wanted to put a beater bracelets on Etsy. And I said to her, it's not worth it with the fees. Like, what you're going to be charging, they're going to charge you in fees. Like, it's just ridiculous. I don't know why it's so expensive. I'm going to try and post weekly. I'm going to try, if not at least second weekly, because I am working quite a lot. Like, I work full time and sometimes do overtime. So it makes it very hard to even, you know, do anything with this side hustle. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope you have an amazing day today, and I hope you come back and watch my next one. And yeah, take care. Bye.